I just wanted to know your perspective as being a rookie, like straight up just coming into LEC, right? Of course, you have a lot of experience from ERLs, but I would like to know your perspective in the difference between ERLs and LEC in, lane play, communication, practice, right? Because it has to be a lot more pressure being the rookie coming into this split, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of pressure, not too much. I mean, I kind of felt ready to play LEC this split, so when I joined, it's not that I got too nervous or something about my performance. I just wanted to play my game, and I knew I would kind of be fine. And then for the difference between ERL and LEC, I mean, what I've noticed, it's not that they do a lot of new stuff. Everything they do is a lot more refined than what they do in ERLs. Like, there's a lot more mistakes. It's all a bit more sloppy in the ERLs. It's just very disciplined and very organized in the LEC games. Like, everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone's on the same page. It's just a lot more structures and organized in games. It's just, yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Like, I would say like errors are pretty much non-existent at some point against the really good teams. Right? For example, today we saw some errors in the bot lane for Mad Lions, but in the mid lane seemed more stable. Even in the jungle matchup, like Lee Sin against Diana, I would say like Lee Sin is more of a early pressure, of course, ganker against the power farmer that is Diana. But in team fights, you guys make a couple of mistakes, especially I would say in the disengage department and the spacing department for Patrick to go in, right? It was kind of hard for him to find some kills. It was kind of hard for him to actually get some autos going. How would you say Lee Sin actually plays into this composition? I would say personally that he's just trying to kick Diana out, being the major threat, of course, against Draven.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, for me, Lee Sin, this game is more like a bridge and early game for like Diana and LeBlanc Draven and LeBlanc that we had. So
yeah.
You need something in jungle that isn't scared to like just scrap and fight across the map, has good ganks, because you want to get these jumps ahead early. No, I didn't get to get a gank in mid, but
yep.
With the pressure we got through mid, we could still go into bot, play for dives, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what you pick Lee Sin. And then in mid game, the team fights. I mean, you can either use Lee Sin to try and insect the carries if they have no flash, or if you have like a good position, or and probably what I should have done a bit more this game as well is just use Lee Sin to sit on Draven and just kick away people who are going on to him. So
I believe the decision making is just kind of hard in those difficult moments. It's like a really hype in the moment thing, right? Of course. And I would say for the last question, I just want to know how you are tackling that gap between experience and you being a rookie, of course, right? Because some of the bigger players in the LEC actually have like a lot more experience going in, especially in big games like this, where if it goes to late game, the experience is going to shine through, right? So how chaotic, or even if it wasn't chaotic, the communication was in this game in the last team fight, for example. Like, it was a huge brawl in mid lane where Leona just went in right away with the follow-up to Patrick from Armad. Sadly, he didn't have QSS, of course, but does experience really play a huge role in that kind of stuff, or is it just like a play in the moment where mechanics just shine through?
I mean, I think what experience does is just I mean, first of all, experience means you can play without less pressure. If you played the high stake matches and you played a lot of LEC games, you'll just be more comfortable playing these kind of games, especially when they get more tense. To the team fights, you'll just be more relaxed. And then what experience does in game is like, I think experience just gives you like small edges. Like, you just know the limits a little bit better. You know a little bit better what to do inside the game. You know the game state a little bit better. I think that's just what experience does. It's not huge, but it's just the small edges that it gives that can like really turn a game.
Okay, it makes sense. Like, honestly, I would agree with that. Just real quick, like, honestly, I'm really like amazed of how you've played the last couple of games. I would say that I'm really looking forward to you actually getting better. You're a huge prospect, honestly. Just me personally saying that to you, with all the hype going on with Twitter, Bagar, and all those guys, right? But I'm really looking forward to looking at you play more aggressively with the Lee Sin, of course, like it was in this game. But I would say that at the end of the day, you should be really proud with what you actually achieved, honestly. And looking forward to you, man, honestly. Thank you so much for the interview, and I'll see you next game, I would say.
Thanks a lot, man. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye.